And ladies, I know that you have a passion for England. Tell us about how that got started and where the Lord has directed you.
Well, that started actually really when we were young. My mom is from England, and so we would go over there and see family, see our grandparents almost every year when we were growing up. And then one year, a friend of ours that's in the UK said, you know, I have a youth pastor, and we would love to have your band just play a song at our youth group. And so Beck and I were over there. We thought, oh, we have our guitar, let's just do this. And you know, we found that I think God had been preparing us our whole lives to go over there because we knew so much about the culture. And from there we said, you know, we really want to come back, you know, as a band and do a tour. And since then we've actually done about 4. And it's taken us into the public schools, taken us to a lot of places where we can share music about Christ, where really there isn't very much Christian music over there. And I know over here we hear Matt Redman, we hear Delirious, but England is in a place where there's only really 3% Christians.
Wow,
and
that's
so,
unbelievable statistics.
Yeah, the majority of people are really just unsaved, lost people that need to hear that music.
And how has God opened doors in secular schools for you? How did you get in there?
Yeah, well, it was kind of amazing. The same youth pastor that we played for just at one time actually was a youth worker in a public school in that same area. And so he would go in and just talk with students and just really befriend them, and he would have assemblies where he'd bring in some groups, maybe some dance groups or music groups for the kids. And so we thought this would be great. You know, he invited us to come, and we shared our music. We did some concerts during the lunchtime, the lunch hour, and that was really fun. And then afterwards we would just talk with students and answer questions. We'd go into the classrooms. We were invited by the teachers to talk with the students about our faith. They have religious education classes, so we shared just about our lives and our personal belief in God, and just how that's affected our music, and how we sing about God because He's such a big part of our lives. And you know, that I think that really connected with them, and we just love it.
What a tremendous opportunity. Like you said, with 3% Christians out there, I mean, that truly was the Lord to open those doors for you. And that led to your new CD from all your experience in the States and abroad. You have a new CD coming out. Tell us about that. That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's been about a little over 2 years since our last album's come out, so I really given us a new, a fresh vision, and our maturity in music has grown. And this time we're actually co-writing with our producer, Don Cook, and we just feel so blessed to be able to work with someone who's so talented, and he's won some awards for his writing, so we just feel so blessed.
Wow.
Yeah, we might be calling this new CD All Over the World. We're not sure, but
what a great title.
Yeah, we have a song called All Over the World, and just talks about how we just really want to spread the message all over the world. And so it's kind of fitting that we go
Well, the
overseas.
Lord's given you a great vision, and I believe you can accomplish that too. And speaking of awards, you won an award. Tell us about that. You went to Estes Park. Tell us briefly about how that came about and what song you sang.
Yeah.
Well, it was our first time up there at GMA in the Rockies, and it's a national conference just to train up people who are interested in Christian music. And we went for our first time, but to learn and to grow, and we ended up winning the vocal group category. So that was really
grand
awesome.
Prize, right? Oh, that is amazing.
It's a surprise, for sure.
Yes, well, you're very talented and very deserving of that award.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, and just to see how God has anointed your songs. And what are some of the songs on your new CD?
Yeah, we have one that is it's called More Than I Think I Am, and it's about just knowing who you are in Christ. I think it's a song specifically for girls, just to know how God sees us and how He loves us and sees how we're beautiful. Even if we don't feel that, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. So we definitely want to just send that message with our CD. And another song is called Like No One Else that we're about to do. And it just talks about how God's love just really fills that gap, you know, and how His love is unconditional. And it's just so amazing and out of this world. And this world is usually based on conditions. God's love is just
Definitely.
unconditional.
And I think it's so pertinent in our society because everything's image. You know, anorexia and just so many diseases come about because they just want to be perfect. But what your song says is that we're perfect who we are in Christ, that He loves us, and we're beautiful in His sight. And I love the verse that says, God knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. He knew where you would be today. And God knows each of you too, and He has a plan for your lives. I just want to encourage you that nothing is impossible with God. Like these beautiful young ladies, God has a plan for you, that He has not forgotten you. Trust in Him today. Call upon Jesus. He has a plan for you.